This is the Wealthy Wednesday Show with your host, Lucy McMonagle, a money manifestor, coach, and public speaker who's on a mission to helping you create more wealth in your life and business. This show will inspire and empower you with various topics and has expert guests. Let's welcome your host, Lucy McMonagle.
Welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday Show. This is your host, Lucy McMonagle. Today is a fabulous day, and we have a very special guest for you that's going to teach you about the law of attraction. I know this has been a very highly conversational subject for many, many years, and now quantum science and scientists are now proving that these concepts actually work. I would love it if you would tell me, what do you think about this topic? So go to my Facebook page at facebook.com/Wealthy Wednesday Show and let us know, what is your concept of the law of attraction and what do you believe that means to you? So today we're going to invite Val Dufour, and he is an empowerment coach. He's been trained by Jack Canfield and many others. He teaches his clients to use the law of attraction to control their life instead of being controlled by it. We are not victims, he claims. We are powerful creators, capable of so much more than we have ever been taught by society. And today he's going to give you some secrets, so lean on in. Welcome to the show, Val.
Thanks, Lucy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Wow, you have trained with the top professionals. You have been practicing the law of attraction, and you even manifested huge amounts of money, liquidated it, and lived in the streets just to prove that true happiness is not a choice. It's not a circumstance. It's a choice.
There you go.
Wow. That is just absolutely amazing. Can you tell us a little bit on what did you manifest in the very beginning after you discovered the law of attraction? And can you explain to our audience who maybe might have heard about that concept, but they don't know what exactly it is?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and go over the concept of law of attraction real quick. So
Okay.
At the basic definition, the law of attraction says that like energy attracts like energy. And nowadays in quantum theory, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, they're actually proving that everything that exists is composed of energy. So at its most basic level, matter is actually energy, and thoughts are energy. So if you can control your thoughts, you can control your reality. And by law of attraction, you can physically attract in the things in your life that you want. So it's really cool. It's been around. I mean, every spiritual leader from the beginning of time has been teaching this. But it's just recently that science is actually catching up to the belief system.
Wow, and that is so true. That is so true. And like you, I do teach a lot of individuals on, if you control your mind, if you rule your mind, you rule your world.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a lot of similarities here. Yours is much more in depth on working with the law of attraction. And since you discovered how to control your mind, how you can navigate your mind, what did you start manifesting when you first discovered this?
So it was pretty incredible. I discovered this about 2 years ago, and I was hooked. Like I wasn't really exposed to it growing up. I didn't know much about it. I actually used to be a very, let's say, non-spiritual left-brain individual, but when I discovered this, my mind was ready. And literally within the first year of discovering this, I manifested positive change in every aspect of my life. Like I went from a older two-wheel drive SUV to a pair of luxury exotic supercars worth over $150,000. One of them was my dream car, which prior to figuring out this belief system, I didn't think I would be able to get until I retired. I went from a 650 square foot apartment to a 1,500 square foot luxury high-rise condo downtown. I changed careers and I manifested over $100,000 in income that year. My relationships improved. My new relationships were much more in sync. So energetically, you attract the people into your life that are on your level. So I was intentionally attracting high vibration individuals, which means we connected better. I worked less. I made more money. It was literally every aspect of my life. And I did all that within a year of figuring these concepts out.
Wow. So within 1 year, if a person really takes hold of these concepts, they'll be able to have phenomenal sports cars if that's what they desire. They could have better relationships. They could have more, obviously, money if, if you've been able to purchase these cars or manifest these cars into your life. And that is just phenomenal. So can you tell us, you manifested all this stuff in 1 year and then you liquidated everything.
Yeah.
Everything. So tell us a little bit on why did you do that? Why did you give it all away and go living in the streets? That sounds a little amazing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons behind it. The two primary reasons was one, that in discovering this and getting very introspective and reflective of myself, I realized that as an adult, I had an extreme fear of poverty. My whole life, I was very frugal. Even when I had money in the bank, I didn't want to spend it on anything. I was negotiating everything. It took a lot of energy to maintain that fear of poverty. So when I figured that out and I actually had true faith and belief in the law of attraction, I came up with an experiment that I needed to face my fear on the ultimate level and prove this belief system to myself and all my future clients that this stuff is real and it doesn't care where you're starting from. All it cares is where you want to go. And then, so yeah, so basically it was a two-phase or two points to the reason I did that. And it's because, one, I wanted to face my own fear and prove this stuff to myself. And then the other thing was that I wanted to prove to my clients that I believe in this so much that I was willing to literally give away everything that I had and start from scratch just to make a point.
Wow. And obviously that's turned out pretty well. And you're not living in the streets anymore. You have a gorgeous place that you're living at. And you actually have this beautiful Zen area in your backyard.
Yeah, this is my Zen den.
Your Zen den. Can you tell us a little bit, what was your experience and how, okay, so you liquidated everything and you wanted to prove this concept. What was it like living on the streets knowing that you can manifest not being there at any given moment?
I think it actually makes it better. The fact that you're in control, it makes every experience more pleasurable. One of the concepts that I teach is that true happiness is a choice, not a circumstance. And when you grasp that and you wrap your mind around it, you can literally be happy in any scenario. It's actually perception, right? Like there's good and there's bad in this world, but it's the perception that makes it so. So you actually can rewire your subconscious thinking to perceive anything as good. I don't care what it is. So when I was homeless in the streets with no money, I was literally just as happy as I was when I was in my luxury condo with my dream car garage. It really is truly a choice. And there's work behind that. It takes intention. It takes effort to get to that level. But you can rewrite any perception or program that you have in your subconscious, and you can truly have appreciation for everything that exists.
Wow, that's so true. So can you tell us, a lot of people have heard about this, and you've been mentioning rewriting stuff in the subconscious, and anybody can do this. Can you explain what are some of the steps that a person might have to take to start out with? I mean, to the very, like, they've never heard of the law of attraction. They're going to take you up on this offer and prove or disprove it. What are the very first things that they would have to do to start figuring out this subconscious mind stuff?
Yeah, so one of the keys to this, which The Secret doesn't really harp on as much as it probably should, is that this stems from your subconscious programming. And what we know is that we can actually rewrite those programs through repetition. So affirmations, which is one of the big practices that law of attraction or manifestation harps on, Basically what those are is you're actually reprogramming your subconscious mind. So where someone might do that for 5 or 10 days expecting these crazy results, they're probably not going to see them. What it takes is about 30 days to establish a habit. Okay, and what a habit is that's your subconscious programming. So if you're going to do any of this stuff, you need to do it consistently and repetitiously. There's 4 steps to learning, which really apply to manifesting.
Okay.
So basically, the first step is unconscious incompetence. And that's when you don't know what you don't know. I always use driving a car as an example because a lot of people can relate to that. So when you're a kid and your parents take you everywhere, you're going places by default. You don't know that you need to know how to drive, and you don't care. You don't know what you don't know. So the next phase is conscious incompetence, which means now you know that you don't know how to do it. And that's where people are when they first watch The Secret. They're like, oh my God, I know this is real, but I have no idea what I'm doing or how to do it. And that's when you are in driver's ed. You know you need to learn how to drive a car at this point, but you suck at it. You can't do it. So you're going to class. The next phase is conscious competence. That's when you're starting to figure it out. You know how to do it, but it takes all of your focus and all of your thought. That's when you're driving a car and you're 16 years old and you can't speak to anyone else in the car. You can't listen to the radio. You have your hands at 10 and 2. You're 100% focused and you're doing it, but it takes all of your intentions. And then the final phase is unconscious competence. That's when you've actually begun to embody these principles. They're at your core. You've programmed your subconscious mind to the level that you're naturally manifesting in a positive way, and you have that faith. When you're driving, that's what it looks like when you're talking on your cell phone, you're drinking a Starbucks, and you get to work and you don't even remember driving there. You're on autopilot.
Wow.
So once you get to that level, that's when you become a natural manifester. And it takes time. It takes effort. People get there on different levels, but the key is that everyone can get there.
That's true. That's true. So you're telling me, and you're telling our audience that if they start going through the steps and they become aware of what they don't know, then they become aware of what they don't know, but they want to know, and then they start practicing. You said the practice takes 30 straight days. Consistently, without fail. So let's say a person has a great big huge list and they want all this stuff. Should they break it down and only focus on one items for 30 days only? Or what do they do if they have all of they want a new car, they want a new job, they want groceries on the table, they want a new relationship? How do they figure out which one to start with? Or can they just throw it all together and just say one big affirmation for it all?
Well, the truth of the matter is there really is no right or wrong way to do it. It all works on some level. And it really is super dependent on you, your existing programs, and your subconscious mind. However, it definitely is easier to focus on things that feel better at first. This is all driven by emotional feeling. If it feels good, it's good. If it feels bad, that's probably something you should put off for a little while. But you can raise your vibration by doing exercises of gratitude or appreciation, doing those affirmations. I mean, there's literally an infinite level of things to do to manifest. The thing is, because you're dealing with your own programs, you need to find things that resonate with you. And a good test is if it feels good, it's helping. If it feels bad, you're probably wasting your time.
And that makes a lot of sense. And so you're basically saying that when you start doing an affirmation, if it kind of feels like, I'm doing this affirmation because I have to, you're probably going in the wrong direction. It's probably not the right affirmation to start with.
Yeah.
And, there could be something in your subconscious mind that's telling your conscious mind on a level that you're not even aware of. That's not going to work because you haven't removed this program yet. You've got something in there that's preventing it.
Yeah, definitely. We can't consciously see the programs that are going on in our subconscious mind. So we basically have 2 ways of telling what's going on there. One is our reality. Our current reality is a direct reflection of our subconscious. So if you're dealing with negative situations, negative people, limiting beliefs in your reality, then you know that's the programs that you have running in your subconscious. Another way is emotions. When you're doing something and it feels good, then you're in alignment. When you're doing something and it feels bad, you're out of alignment. So you can kind of use that. I call it an inner GPS, an inner guidance system. So your emotions are a very powerful tool for you to use to decide if you're on the right path or not.
Wow. That's really important, is to understand using your emotions. Your emotions are the GPS for individuals to know if they're on the right track or on the wrong track, and if it's going to manifest. So if it's feeling good, keep moving towards that. It's kind of like, I would equate that to like you're getting warmer feeling. You know, like if you're getting that where you're trying to find something in a room and somebody says you're getting warmer, or if you're getting farther away, colder, which is the negative feelings, like not quite feeling right about that.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. I might actually steal that one from you. But yeah, it's
that's fine. You can steal that from me.
The higher, so it's law of attraction, right? So it's all energy. So the higher vibration, the higher you feel emotionally, joy, love, gratitude, the more powerful your point of attraction is, and you're attracting more high-level vibration things into your life. So the better you feel, the better it's working.
Wow. Wow, that is so phenomenal. And we've been talking about the different ways to feeling better and feeling worse for manifesting. Is that the best way, or is there something even better than just how you feel?
That's a very loaded question. I'm going to say feeling is probably one of the best things to focus on. I mean, really, if you think about our point in life is happiness. You know, some people say they want to be wealthy. Some people, they want a relationship. Some people want this or want that. But if you really get down to the core feeling, what you're trying to feel is good. Yes. And so if you can just bypass all that stuff, which that stuff does make you feel good, but the real thing you want to do is just feel good on your own. And so feeling good kind of is the goal, and it's also a great guide. So I'm going to say feelings are probably one of the most powerful indicators that you can use.
I like that. And, if individuals are curious about what do I need to do, or when you were studying with Jack Canfield and the many others, what did you read, or how did you find more information on this? You said you just recently, you discovered it, and within 1 year you've manifested this incredible life. So is there books out there? I mean, obviously people would need to get a hold of you because they would want to learn from one of the best, somebody who is actually proven so strongly that you would be willing to live in the streets for 30 days to get over your fear of poverty, so that you were wiping out those programs that are in the subconscious and still be able to manifest incredible things even after that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I'll plug my book. I have an ebook on my website. My site's www.richestораgs.me. And my book is The Law of Attraction: 4 Realistic Steps to Manifesting Your Dream Life. It's where I go through the full, complete process that I came up with based on all of my education experience. That is the simplest yet most complete and universal process that I could create based on everything that I've learned. But as far as mainstream authors, Jack Canfield, he's my guy. He's got a book called The Key to Living the Law of Attraction by Jack Canfield. And as far as introductory books go, it's got to be the best that I've read. It's got exercises. It really explains a lot about the law of attraction, why it works, how it works. It's great. Also, it's kind of an out there source, but it's probably one of the purest examples of universal knowledge that I've seen. It's Abraham Hicks. The book is titled The Law of Attraction. She's a channel, so it's not for everyone, but I definitely agree with everything that she says, and her knowledge is very powerful. Deepak Chopra also has a lot of good books out there. Yeah, I'd say that's probably some of the top ones that I would recommend for people who are just starting to get into it.
And if they wanted to work with you directly because they resonate with you, what services do you offer? How do you empower individuals with your empowerment coaching?
So right now I do one-on-one coaching. You can reach out through my website or through email and get a hold of me, and we can set up, and I'll do a free introductory 1-hour session, which is valued at $250. And I usually want people to read my ebook first, so I kind of have an idea of what their base level of knowledge is, instead of having to spend a lot of time on the call figuring out what they know, what they don't know, where they struggle. And then when we get on the call, we can address issues that I feel confident in teaching in and that they know already that they're struggling in.
Wow. So they can get a hold of you. First, they get your ebook at
Riches to Rags.
.me. That's RICHESTORAGS.M as in Mary, E as in Echo. So they go to
Riches to Rags.
.me. They get your book, they read your book over, and then on the same website they can get a hold of you. And do you do online coaching, or are you only local? Are you global?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's one-on-one, and as long as we can get a phone or Skype or Zoom, or if they're local here in San Diego, I love doing face-to-face stuff. I feel like there's a lot of power in being energetically connected, but I definitely am very versatile. At a bare minimum, a phone call. So
Fabulous. So you are a global empowerment coach that really focuses on empowering individuals with the law of attraction, how to manifest their dreams, and that true happiness is really a choice, not a circumstance.
yes.
Wow.
Very well summed.
Thank you, Val. That was so empowering. And, is there anything else you would like to leave the audience with?
I mean, I can give away like my 4-step process that I use. I can kind of go over it. It's pretty in-depth process, but I can go over the highlights if that sounds valuable to your audience.
Sure, if you can go over the highlights in, just a few moments, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. So this is basically what's covered. It's covered a lot more in depth in my ebook, but I came up with a 4-step process. And the first step is accountability. You have to take accountability and responsibility for your environment, your reality. Once you do that, so many people have that victim mentality, and we're taught to be that way. So it's not even your fault. Don't beat yourself up if you feel that way. It's something that can be changed and can be taught. But once you take that responsibility for your environment, you actually are empowering yourself. And once you've adopted that at its fullest level, you can actually raise that vibration, and then you can go into the second step, which is the visualization. So there's a lot of different ways to visualize. The keys are to visualize it in the now and to not attach a timeline. It's kind of counterintuitive to say visualize it now but not be attached to a timeline. But you want to visualize things, and you want to engage all 3 areas. So your visual, you want to actually visualize seeing it. You want to feel it. So imagine what it's like to physically be experiencing or holding or touching whatever it is that you want. And then the auditory. So imagine the sounds and the people, what they're saying. You want to engage all areas of the subconscious. And then one of the most powerful things is to supercharge the visualization with emotion. Because like we said, emotion is that point of attraction, and it also is a gateway to the subconscious. So by adding the emotions that you get when you have that thing, you're actually accelerating the whole process. And then the final step is just to be able to release it. And if you can release it, that's when you know that you have the accurate amount of faith in what you're trying to do. That's what we were talking about earlier when you're trying to use an affirmation and it feels terrible. You're not in alignment with yourself. You either don't have the faith that it's possible, you don't have the belief system to support it, it's too big for whatever. There's really nothing too big to attract realistically, like scientifically, but your subconscious can only support what your subconscious can support. The cool part is that you can actually reprogram that and raise your point of attraction consistently over time. To where maybe $1 million sounds like too much to you right now, But in a year's time, $1 million might seem too small.
Yes, that's true. Or $1 million a month.
Right?
Might be
Exactly. There's literally no limit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's literally no limit. It's really incredible. So start with something that's believable to you right now and feels good, and just understand that you can increase that as you go. It's a never-ending process. You know, you're not looking for a place to finish. You're just looking to keep getting bigger and better.
Wow, and that's one of the most important things about understanding the law of attraction. There isn't really an end game. If you just want, I just want this, I get it, and then eventually you do nothing else after that, you'll be dissatisfied.
Yeah, you're going to slide right back. It's that if you're not consciously
Right.
moving forwards, you're already moving backwards. So people are like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. And then they get to a millionaire, but they understand these philosophies. Now they have other goals.
Yes,
you know, like they
that's
want
true.
to make some kind of impact, or they want to start a school, or they want to travel the world. They want to see 50 countries. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, but the more you embody the concepts, the more you realize you can do anything, and your tastes change. So it's just a constant evolution.
That's true. That's true. Well, Val, thank you for being on the Wealthy Wednesday show. This has been so phenomenal, and it's been so exciting for learning your 4-step process and understanding how you do the empowerment with individuals. So if anybody has not caught his website just yet, go to www.riches2, that's the word T-O, regs.me, and get his free book and let him know that you've seen him on the Wealthy Wednesday show. So thank you, Val.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lucy. This was a lot of fun.
So I'd like to thank my audience. You are the reasons why I'm putting these beautiful Wealthy Wednesday shows together, is because I truly believe in you, and I truly want to empower you so that you are successful in your life. I have fabulous expert guests on the show every single week. So please go to my Facebook page at facebook.com/Wealthy Wednesday show. Let me know what you liked about this show. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you'd like more topics like this. What will empower you, and how can I empower you? If you would like to get in touch with me personally, my website is lucymcmonagle.com. That's lucymcmonagle.com. And you can get a hold of my free gifts. You can check out my blogs. You can see who else has been on the Wealthy Wednesday show. And you can also apply to be a guest on this show if you empower ambitious women entrepreneurs. So until next time, abundant blessings.
Thanks for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show with Lucy McMonagle. That's on every Wednesday. Join us next time for more inspiration and empowerment from various topics and expert guests. To personally contact Lucy McMonagle, visit lucymcmonagle.com. That's lucymcmonagle.com. Until next time, many blessings.